When my father decided to open his company in 1954 in Berlin, this was after the war, and of course the infrastructure in Berlin was very bad, and he was selling consumables for dentist technicians and for dentists. This is how the company was formed. It was at that time possible to deliver to all of Berlin, but later in 1961 the Berlin Wall was built. This of course had a severe influence on the market size, and my parents decided to move to Western Germany. I was born then 1962 already in Ebenstadt in Allgäu in the south, and my parents were running this business from Oberstdorf in Allgäu, and my father was driving with the car always from Oberstdorf to Flensburg and down. The hit was what he called the AirStar. AirStar was a mobile compressor unit with which the turbine could have been run. So the doctor who bought this type of machine, he was able to use a turbine for grinding teeth. Later he opened the repair business for the turbines, for the contra angles and so on. So this became then a local business. The repairs were done at home. Many years later he relocated to Switzerland, to Uetliburg, lived there, and he was running his business until 1989. When my father died, I went to Switzerland and started running this business here. And so I was allowed by Canton St. Gallen to open the clinic here in 1994. In the building where my father had lived, it was like a double garage, and we separated this in two rooms, one for the laboratory and one for the treatment. I think it was 1995 when I went to the IDS in Cologne. There I met Ophir Fromovic from Alpha Bio company, and he invited me to come to Israel to take courses. So I went there 2-3 times for 2 weeks, and there I learned everything that he knew about two-stage implantology. I saw very quickly that the work with these two-stage implants is very difficult, and too many cases can't be treated fully. And I found an alternative in France, where Professor Scotecci had started to market the so-called disc implants. They were very useful, but Scotecci was not producing the sizes which we wanted to have. So we decided to find a manufacturer here in Switzerland who then made these implants for us. So we had our own discus implants in the length and the diameter and the shape which I like to use, and this was actually the start of the implantology here. With these designs we were able to treat all patients, and of course we were treating all patients without bone augmentation because bone augmentation was not invented at that time. So after working with this for about 10 years, we started to produce the BCS implants. These are also basal implants, cortical and basal implants, but they were designed for screwing in. There was only one drill, 2 millimeter, directly going into the target cortical. So this was of course much easier and much faster, and we were easily able to do 8 or 10 or 12 jaws per day. The maximum that I ever operated per day was 14 jaws. So this means that 150 implants are being placed per day. I was always open to invite colleagues to come to see what I'm doing and to learn about these implants. Many colleagues came for a week to Uetliburg. I mean, there are very good connections we're developing with those colleagues. I did for years courses for the weekend. I basically traveled around the world, gave these courses for our dealers or for interested universities. But the problem was that 1.5 or 2 days course was not enough to learn this technology, to learn everything around the corticobasal implant. I decided then a few years ago to start with this all-in-one week course in Belgrade. Doctors are very happy to just to come and to sit there and to know everything at the end of the week. Although it's of course a lot of topics, so many doctors come again to the same course after half a year. So very many become real implantologists, and they start putting 500-600 implants per month. If you look at the possibilities of this corticobasal implant, they might change dentistry. You see, according to the ideas of the dental chamber, maybe also the universities, teeth have to be safe, but as soon as we remove all the teeth, the dentists are out of the game. Patients are usually pain-free without problems. They have the bridges in for many years. If this is consequently distributed over country, roughly spoken, we need 30% less dentists, and we need also 30% less dental universities. This is how I see the future.